Yo! Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Urban Frontlines Duel between the current world number 1 player, Skiffik. Sorry, rank 1 player. I'm the world number 1 player. He's just the rank 1 player. It's different. He's playing 20th Polish, and he's going up against somebody called Forward 3000 greater than sign, greater than sign, greater than sign, and he's playing 4th East German. We're on Urban Frontlines, so we'll cover the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. But first, the deck reviews. Right, so this is the deck review for Forward 3000, and he's playing 4th Mot. So we'll go through this tab by tab. First things first, if you're running an RM70, 2 cards of supply is not enough. I would actually just recommend not running the RM70. I can't remember if I run it in my version of 4th. I do not. Ignore that Gvozdika there. So yeah, I don't recommend this at all. We might as well keep going on the RT tab. So these should be in the MTLB so that they can dodge counter battery. And with your 2-point savings, you can get that 3rd card of supply if you want. Between these supply options, I think in 1v1 the truck is better than the helo. And this thing is a must bring. So that's just me. I mean, you can bring this, it's kind of hard to find somewhere to put it where it's not going to get blown up. Whereas this carries more supply, it's actually more cost efficient, right? Because this is 1500 for 55 points and this is 2000 for 60. If you lose it, it's a bigger deal, but it's a lot harder to lose because your enemy doesn't see it landing. In terms of CV options, you've got 3 tracked, 2 tracked, 3 wheeled or 2 wheeled now, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CVs. So you might want to consider swapping this out for the dead cheap one and running 6 CVs. But 7's a nice number as well. I'd say 5 is the absolute minimum. Because yeah, you've already got a forward deployed wheeled CV, so if you're going to be buying that at the start, you don't really need these. And they're only a few points less. In fact, looking back at my deck, I think I haven't actually made that adjustment. Yeah, so but I only have 5 CVs, so I have to bring the 3 availability one anyway. But I could bring the tracked one instead of the wheeled one. In terms of the infantry, yeah, so forward deployed CV, that's the only forward deployed CV option, so you might as well get it. It is quite pricey, and it's only 4 guys, but it does have smoke and AT, so it's actually not so bad. The SPG-9, I sort of and ah about it. I don't really think it's that amazing. Fallschirmjäger Metis are really good at the start. Got good AT, decent anti-infantry capability. Then these guys, I don't really think are necessary. You've got this for forward deployment. You shouldn't really be buying more than... and this for forward deployment if you really want it. So I don't really think you need this. I'd be much more... because I think you're going to run out of infantry, basically. I've not seen the game yet. Much more inclined to bring the Motorised and SVD at 1 vet. This is a really good squad. The SVD is like 4 rifles, and 2 machine guns is like 4 rifles. So, you know, 5 plus 8 is 13. Quick maths. It's got 13 shooty power. Very nice squad. And it's only 5 points more than the regular Motorised, which are also a very nice squad. Bringing these at 2 vet is interesting. I'd be surprised if you don't run out. Frankly, like, I mean, you've got the Conkers, you've got the 30mm, what's the SPG-9 for? Although the map is Urban Frontline, so I assume it will be actually quite useful on that. In tournaments, I literally bring 12 grenade launchers. It's very, very funny. And I won, so it is very funny. And then, yeah, Mott Schutzen in the SP2. This is like the most cost-efficient unit in the game. 30 points for a Malyutka, a Grom, Resolute, Smoke, 3 armor, PKT, 30 points for all that. It's just pretty crazy. And yeah, the grenade launcher. Oh, I wouldn't upvet the Conkers. There's just no point. Although you might be like... because basically, this reloads while the missile's in the air, so you don't really need the decrease in reload time. This doesn't, right? Because it... well, I suppose it does, but the missile, the rocket is very fast. So this does benefit from the upvet quite a lot. Although I'm surprised it's not Special Forces, actually. I mean, I feel like it should be. As with this, they are Special Forces units. I should write that down, actually. I will write that down presently. Special Forces, 4th multiplier support teams don't have SF tag. And yeah, okay, so see if you run out of infantry. I mean, I suppose I've just given you one more infantry. But like this could be downvetted, for example, if you're running out of infantry, which I think you will, frankly. Spoke about this. Tank tabs, so these are really, 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 really good at 2 vet. Sadly, this is a 3 AP slot, but you definitely don't need this many tanks. So for starters, this should be at no vet, and the reason for that is you really only want it for the Bastion ATGM. So that's +2 tanks, alright, and now it's -3, and now it's +1. So there you go. I mean, you can still bring this at 1 vet if you want to actually use it for fighting, but I literally just use it as a Bastion platform. It should never get shot at, basically. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you. If you're not bringing that many tanks, you can vet it. I would not vet this. It's either, if it's being shot at, like, you don't need the suppression resistance. Like if you're going to vet this, down vet this. And then, yeah, this is good at 2 vet. And the tank CV, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, you could swap this out for this one and have some nice cheap CVs to go with your arty and whatnot, and your AA. Yeah, in this tab, yeah, there's no satchels in this tab, right? There's no pioneers purchased, and that's because the satchels are here. This is Recon Deploy. It's a really nice squad, actually. It's Special Forces. 4th is like probably my favorite div in the game. It's not as cool and flashy anymore, right? I'm a bit bored of it. I've played it a lot, but it is a good div. Yeah, Satchel Smoke as well. Really nice squad. Very effective. I really do not like the Aufklärer BMP1 at all. I do see a lot of people bringing it. You'll note that it doesn't have any smoke. I would much rather be bringing the Einsatzgruppe, and then you get 4 guys, Special Forces, very good line infantry squad. You don't really need that thing, right? Then the PT-76 is garbage, don't bring that. The BRM-1K, bring it at no vet. The whole point of this is that it provides exceptional optics to your tanks. You don't need it to be surviving hits and stuff, there's just no point in that. Recon Helo is very useful. AA tab, so these two have very similar roles. So I don't think you need both. Like this is anti-helo, this is anti-helo. 4 KUBs makes sense. And then I can't remember what I do actually. So I've been experimenting a lot with bringing this, yeah, because basically you can put it with the Conkers and just send it around the sides to annoy the hell out of people. And when they send a helo, the Strela 1 shoots it down. It's very, very funny. So yeah, I do like this, but yeah, you got to choose between these two, and then you should get a man pad, and you can either get, you know, the forward deployed one for your forward deployment, or you can get the Igloo, which I prefer because it's better. But this is only more useful at the start, and at the start I open with a jet, and you've got plenty of those. So I wouldn't be bringing both of these. If you want to send stuff around the side, yeah, you could use this, and then yeah, I'd be bringing the Igloo. Helis, so that's not been filled either. Okay, Helis. So why will would you not rather have this one? I don't like the AA Helo at all. I used to really like it, and now I don't. It's just not very good. Now that they've got 8 HP, a jet will just one pass it, and this won't do anything to it. So I bring one of the Kokon ones, I think, and you can either bring more dumbfires or more Kokons. I mean, whatever. And then I'm pretty sure I bring these, and I don't bring this. I mean, it can work. It's got the same HP actually now, right? These used to be 10, now they're 8, so it can work. Air tab, so now you can get some more air, right? So this is really bad against tanks because it flies so low that it can never use its range. So don't bring that one, bring this one. Doesn't have the rockets, and the idea is as soon as the missile fires, you can even do it slightly before the missile fires, you evac it. And then as long as you send it out with a seed plane, this just can't die. I will link a game in the description that I played on stream when I played 4th in a 2v2 tournament, and I absolutely rinsed the guys with these missiles, basically. It's a lot of fun. And so basically, like, you can get some more infantry if you need more of that. I don't think you need 3 cards of supply anymore because you've not got the RM70. You could get some more tanks if you want some more tanks. You could get this, right? I bring this. You could get some more AA if you want. You could get some more helos, or you could get an extra plane. So this is very good because it reloads in 16 seconds. You can just buy one on the first tick and just kill somebody. It's very funny. I actually bring this instead of that. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you where you want to put these points that I've saved you, right? Maybe you do want some more tanks or whatever. Maybe you really want some PT-76s for some reason. Or you really want that shulker. Or you want those heals, right? So that's a 2, and then that's a 2. So you could upvet this and do that, and then you could still bring some more helos, right? Something like that. I mean, I'll just show you my deck, and you can make your own mind up. So this is mine, and the idea is 3 cards of supply because I always run out of supply. I'm a very heavy supply user, right? So you could bring 3 cards of supply. Forward, and then I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CVs actually, because I've got an extra one in here. Motorised SVD, Fallschirmjäger Metis. I actually do bring the Pioneers, the 30mm, so this is instead of your SPG-9, I guess. I used to bring the the towed mortars for smoke, and I found that they were getting counter-batteried, so I preferred the self-propelled one, but it is really expensive. And the vet curve is not particularly pleasant, 4-2-1. So I don't know if that's really a good idea. And then, yeah, this is down-vetted, this is up-vetted, T-55s, Conkers, Recon Helos. I actually bring the smaller Aufklärer instead of the other shooty guys just because they're way cheaper, so I can get some more recon on the field with the KPVs and whatnot. And you'll note that I don't bring the BRM-1K because I'm not really fighting massive tank battles where I need exceptional optics and whatnot. And yeah, you can see that I actually bring the bigger HE bomber because this can one-shot heavy tanks on the top armor, so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's how I build it. Switching to his opponent's deck, we've got 20th Polish played by Skiffik. Yeah, it's a very strong division. The T-72's got a little bit more expensive, but I think they forgot one or something. It's a very strong division. So it's not a whole lot to say here, really. 3 cards of supply, so expecting a long game. This is 3 availability. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CVs. So he's going to be behind at the start. Like, he could get a wheeled CV in here somewhere. It's a 2-point slot. So he could get these, and then he'd still have 6 CVs, and he'd have a wheeled one. But this is 100 points, so it's quite expensive. Only bringing 1 card of BMP2s is kind of weird. I guess he just wants to play a fast game, basically. So he's got a lot of things at high vet. These are like the ones that East Germany gets, but worse, because they don't have Resolute and they don't have Smoke, and they're 5 points cheaper. So you can buy like 4 of these in a minute, basically. Yeah, 130, 260, yeah, you can. So that's the advantage of them, you can buy 4 in a minute. But he's going to run out quite quickly because he's upvetted them so much. Wisu are kind of bad in terms of like shooting at people. They're just there because they're military police, I guess. Don't really see the point in bringing these guys. I guess they help the sappers win the fight. The SMG is really not very good. 2 cards of sappers in the Scott 2, so you can pay. One's in the Scott 2A actually. You can pay 5 points more to get a second gun and a better gun. So I suppose it's probably worth it. It's hard to tell. And then the Reese is actually quite strong. It's got very high HE. The only problem is it reloads for 6 seconds, whereas the other RPOs are a lot less. But only having 1 card of BMP2s and not a lot of these guys is quite strange, actually. I suppose this is his wheeled regular infantry. Oh no, because these guys have AT, I remember now. Yeah, so this is his wheeled AT infantry. I really like the Polish Sapper squad because they've got AT, and also 12 heat is bugged, so it one-shots 2 Alba vehicles. I'm not sure if they fixed that, but it deals like 12 damage when it should deal 8 or something like that. It's pretty weird. Anyway, the Dana is very good, and I guess he's just going to have 2 of them. I mean, I'd prefer like putting a bit more in this tab and then having two at one vet and then a mortar for smoke in the Scott 2, and then you can get a lot out of 2 AP in this tab. But apparently, he really wants lots of T55s and T72s, and here they are. The Wilk at no vet is a really bad idea. You want that at one vet. It's just useless at no vet. The whole point is that this is the most armored tank, so if you have it at no vet, it just dies. So I don't agree with that at all. It should be at one vet, especially if you've got this many tanks. That's a two vet, okay. And then yeah, if you're like, well, I really need two extra tanks, well, you can find them, right? T55 we've spoken about. This is a coffin launcher. It's very, very good. It's indirect fire, mine clearing device, kills infantry very quickly. T72s, they were overperforming a lot. Like 20th Polish was basically the only thing you would see on the ladder. That 9th East German, but they got nerfed a bit. But like, I mean, this is I'm not sure it was done properly. Like T72, yeah, exactly. So the Polish T72M, I mean, it doesn't have smoke and it doesn't have resolute, but it was basically missed out of the price increases because it should not be 25 points cheaper for smoke and resolute, right? So it was basically missed out, from what I understand. Because if you look, because Resolute is basically free, right? Because look, that one has Resolute, they cost the same. Whereas, yeah, the Polish T72 regular, I think, was sort of missed out. So it's it's still too cheap. Basically, it needs to be a little bit more expensive. Like, how much is smoke worth to you? In the calculations for the BMP one, it's only worth 5 points, right? So it should be 165 according to that. But I think it should be at least 155 on the T72M. So it's probably why he's playing this, because they forgot that one. Whereas the one on East Germany, the price went up. So yeah, these are still very cost efficient. These are less so. They got their price nerfed, but they can survive a 30 AP missile, which is every anti-tank plane in the game bar 2. So they're very strong. Same with this, with the max range gun. And then the CVs as well can also survive the 30 AP missile. So the Honka Reese goes super duper duper fast because it's special forces and you bring it at max vet. I don't agree with also bringing these at max vet because you shouldn't need more than 4 units at super duper speed at the start. So I don't really see the point in this because you actually lose, you lose a lot of availability there. You don't need them to go that fast. You've already got 4 of the fastest thing in the game. Except, like, what's Delta Force, I guess, because they start further forwards at max vet, but you only get 2 of those in a card. So, yeah, it's a bit weird that the Polish Airborne Division has a slower deployment than the Polish Tank Division, which is obviously very stupid, because they don't get this transport. And then, yeah, I'd be down betting this one. And then here's another one of these BMP ones and whatnot. I don't really agree with it. This deals more than twice as much damage as an autocannon, 4 PKTs. It's apparently very, very, very powerful. And then, yeah, this is exceptional optics. It's exactly the same as the East German one, except it doesn't have Resolute. These have dropped to 4 availability now. It used to be 6. But yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, I suppose the mediocre stealth Malyutka, it was brought on the other side as well, and I said it was a bad idea. And I stand by that. I mean, wouldn't you rather have some... I suppose he's got enough sappers. Wouldn't you rather get rid of some sappers and then bring some more BMP2s and then put this as the sapper guy? Something like that. Whatever. AA, so sort of the same thing here. These two have the same role. Basically, the way this guy plays is he just kind of blobs around with all his vehicles. So that's why they're all vehicles. I guess it can work, but these are really, really good at killing infantry. Very, very funny unit for killing infantry. So I'd much rather be, you've got 5 Shilkas and 7 Strellas. This is better against helicopters, right? This is more of a close range thing and it assists the KUBs, so I'd be up there in that one anyway, because, well, why do you need 7 of those? And then I'd be bringing this and using this just to kill infantry. Especially given, obviously you don't know what map you're going into when it's ranked, but these are so good on Urban Frontlines, it's not even funny. They're absolutely ridiculous. Because yeah, the Strela 2 is bad, so I mean you might as well just not bring that. Helis, so the Salamandra is not amazing. And then your choices are pay less money for better rockets, so you should just always do that. Because these rockets are very bad. Sure, it's got more of them, but they fire at the same rate anyway, because this is 4 pods, at least roughly the same rate. These do fire a bit faster, but they're very, very bad, so yeah, this is a lot better. Air tab, so yeah, you don't get amazing fighters on this div, although this is very cost efficient and it's 4 per card. It's actually like, you compare this to like the Harrier on the Berlin Command, it just completely blows it out of the water, and it has... The Harrier used to have 3 availability, I think it's gone up to 4, I'm not entirely sure. And then between your rocket planes, like, so this is 3 per card, 155 points, big rockets, sidewinders, 10 damage, 30 ECM, alright, or you can pay 30 points less, get a worse gun, no sidewinders, 20% less ECM, and 2 less HP. So it's just sort of the hubris of man, basically. This is obviously better, and it's obviously worth it. So yeah, that's enough deck yappage. Now we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments in the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, let's talk about the map. Basically, depending on how you're feeling, depends on which side you think is better. I personally prefer the blue side because you can push Fedor quite easily. Well, okay, not easily, but you can push Fedor through decent cover by advancing through all these buildings. It does end up being a bit of a quagmire here. But some people prefer the red side because they say, I've got 4 high rises here, my enemy's only got 2, just put all the grenade launchers in the high rises, there you go, I win this zone. Which is true. It is easier to attack Fedor, in my opinion, than it is to attack Elena or Boris, mainly because of these open fields. But yeah, it just depends how you're feeling. It's quite a balanced map, actually. In terms of the matchup, 4th East German should have an advantage in terms of infantry quantity, but the advantage 20th Polish has is that it's just got these T-72s that 4th East German will actually really struggle to kill. And he can just play for the sides. He's also got coffin launchers, which are going to really help him in mid, indirect mine throwing devices. Overall, most people see this as a stronger division. I enjoy playing 4th Mot a lot more. I think it's a very underrated division, but he will struggle to kill the T-72s. The way Skifik's built his deck is a bit weird, though. He's upvetted a lot of units, and he's brought like not a lot of infantry and a bunch of tanks, so that doesn't really help him here. And he's missed out some key capabilities, like the Toad ZSU guns are very, very funny, killing infantry, particularly on this map. You can just put one there, and it'll just kill all these guys, and you can put one here, and it'll kill all these guys, and yeah, it's they're really good. So and he's not brought them. So, yeah, overall, this is the stronger division, but this is probably the better division on this map. It just depends how they play it. So, if Skiffik decides to advance over the open here on Elena with all the T-72s, his opponent's going to have a really big problem trying to deal with that. So, let's have a look at the deployments. So, Skiffik always does the same thing. He opens 3 recon helos and sends 1 down each lane, I suppose you could say. And then basically whichever lane has the least amount of stuff, he'll just chuck all his forward deployment stuff into that lane and then push that lane. And then once you've dealt with that, or while you're dealing with that, his next push will go in the opposite lane. Every time I've played against him, he's done that. Every time I've seen him play, he's done that. It's basically just the same thing every time, and it works every time, so I guess, why fix it if it ain't broke? So, yeah, 3 recon helos. And then we've got some forward deployed guys. So this is the fastest forward deployment in the game, tied with like Delta Force and whatnot. Special Forces max vet at 100 kilometers an hour. It's more like 150 or something. You'll see that this will actually overtake this almost. You'll see. I mean, this has to take off first and whatnot. And then we've got some BWP-1s and another BWP-1. They lowered these to 4 availability. Yeah, because it was just stupid that they were 6. It made no sense. So this is clearly where he wants to attack. So it's like we spoke about, right? I don't watch these ahead of time. It just makes sense. You're in the armored div. Why would you want to get in this urban quagmire when you can push in the open? That's what you should be doing. And then he's got, another Honkaris there. Some more Honkarises coming over here. And the idea is that this will scout this, and if there's nobody there, he can just get these straight into a laner. And then 2 T-55s, and a Zilka, which is Polish for washing line. And then he's got a tracked CV for Gregory Chariton Ivan. So to his opponent's deployment, we've got the 2 AA Helos, which I... this was the old school 4th Motshutsen opening, because they used to have 10 HP, they used to be a lot harder to kill, basically. And so you'd open 2 of them near each other. And I've been hating on these the whole time, right? But in this particular matchup, when you have an enemy that is chucking these throwaway recon healers at you to see where you don't have any stuff, it's actually very useful to have these, because this will kill that. Or at least it should. The thing is, it might just miss twice, and then you're scuppered, although the guns can still get him. Whereas it's quite rare to have... so the reason he does this, right, is because these are 30... this one's 40 because it's got a gun. So this is 120 points, whereas an ASF is going to cost you, like, what, a MiG-29, 210, something like that. So he knows that even if you counter the strat, it's actually going to cost you more, so your deployment's going to be weaker anyway. And just because of the way the targeting and everything works in this game, it's actually really hard for one jet to kill all 3 of these before they get to about here, at which point they've done their job anyway. So it's a very powerful strategy, and this actually does sort of counter it, because these can shoot the forward deployment, and they can shoot the helicopters. So then we've got SPG-9s at max vet. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And then 2 PT-76s, which you really don't see very often. They're not very good. Then a wheeled Strela, a wheeled Conkers, a KUB, and 2 T-55. So this is really weird deployment, I gotta tell you. So the plan is just to hold here, I guess. He's also rushing mid with an SPG-9 team. He's going to this building. Typically you have him in these, because, well, why not? You get more vision, right? You can see further than atheists and whatnot. Another SPG-9 just sort of going here. This is a nice building because it can actually shoot down the road. A Conkers. Okay. I mean, typically you'd put it here. But, I mean, I guess it can work if he gets through here. Here it would get killed by a tank, so maybe this can work. But yeah, like there would be a nice building. Here's a common spot, or you put it here, and then you can shoot down there. Or you put it back here, and you can do the same thing, and then retreat into the forest. You can shoot down there, and then retreat into the forest. And then an FS Jaeger for this far right side. That's quite a big investment. So yeah, well, let's see what happens. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views in terms of ad revenue equivalents. So if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. This is my sole source of income, which is why I shill like my life depends on it, because it is currently trying to finish off a PhD. It's going absolutely terribly. I'm just beset by constant delays, which is why my funding ran out. Maybe too much Warno. Otherwise, just like the video, please. It's free. Anyway, you can see that, look, these ROSP things are actually kind of level with the helicopters. So this is going at 195, which means that this is going at 195 as well. Anyway, the AA Helos do kill the Recon Helos, but look, he's realised, oh, there's nobody here, and then the tanks are all going to come down here now. So that's not great for blue. And it's very difficult to stop. Then here you go, 145 points. This is 135. This will just kill this straight away, and there's not really much you can do about it. So that's why I don't like them. And down it goes immediately. This fires 2 at once. Used to not do that, but they were like, it's too weak. We need to make it stronger. So now it's stronger. Although there was a Strela and a KUB here, if you recall. So that got that. But now he's bought a MiG-29, which means that he's not going to be able to stop this, essentially. Over here, the SPG-9s died pretty much straight away. I'm not really sure what happened to them. It's probably these like honkers and whatnot got them. They're very powerful, the Max Bet Special Forces honker. It definitely should not cost 35 points, basically. Forwards realise what's going on. You see, this is trying to kill that, but as long as it stays moving, it's actually very hard for it to do. Because it'll keep flying around circles and whatnot. So he's going to use the AA Helo, which has lost its AA guns, but it's got its regular gun. The thing is, this actually deals more damage than the Yak B. Sadly, we didn't get a chance to see it. But yeah, the 4x PKT deals a lot more damage than the Yak B. I think it's like 2 or 3 times as much. Anyway, another MiG-21 BIS AA was sent out, and the KUBs actually one-shot this, because it's got 8 HP. And now he's bought the HE one for the SPG-9. Skiffik's got through on Anna here. He's going to cap that. Didn't cap Fedor, though. KUB misses this time, so he's going to lose the SPG-9. And the PT-76 rush has succeeded in killing the T-55s, which is quite surprising. I suppose these ones are the ones doing the, the upgraded T-55s are the ones doing the damage. See the power of the Yak B here, as it does literally nothing. So, yeah, typically you want to use the rockets on the infantry, but these will keep disappearing because they have exceptional stealth. You see this blob's going to move into Boris and then into Dmitry. What you can do is move this FS Jaeger up to here, and then you can't reinforce that, right? Washing line takes out the Helo straight away. And the T-55s keep moving. Conkers misses this guy. Skiffik's noticed. He'll probably get out of the way there. Yeah, he does. So he does survive that. These people have very high AP on their rockets, so you see he just keeps moving it out the building and putting it back in so he can shoot and then hide and shoot and then hide. This SPG-9 is trying to do something, but it's not very good. And it's looking pretty bad for Blue at the moment. He looks like he's going to go for Ivan. And this is literally exactly what I said would happen. He came down here. I don't watch it ahead of time. Came down here, and now he's sending the next one down here. Looks like Forward 3000 has probably played this matchup before, though. He seems to have recognised that that's going to happen. Keeps buying these SPG-9s. I'm really not so sure about them. I just don't think they're that great. If you're in like a static frontline kind of thing, it can work. But at that point, why not just use the grenade launcher? What's the point in this? So, SPG-9 is not going to be able to kill all these T-55s and whatnot. Even if it does hit them. It's only got 50% accuracy. The grenade launcher, yeah, see? So you'll note that this has 4 HP. The SPG-9 still has 2. This used to have 2, I believe, but it got upgraded. And, yeah, Forward 3000. He's gone for Ivan now. BWP-1s are here to stop him. PT-76s are probably not going to accomplish much of anything. But they will get the first shot off because they have recon. Oh, looks like they're re-aiming several times there. So they only managed to shoot once and miss. That's just a problem with the game. The auto-targeting is a piece of junk, basically. It constantly breaks. And, yes, now +3 to Skiffik. AT planes coming in. And they can't see anything, so they don't accomplish anything and then get hit by a shulker. So it's going from bad to worse for Blue, and now this blob will just keep going around there. He has moved up the FS Jaeger, which is good. And, yeah, the next wave is coming down this way. He's going for center as well. Keep in mind, this has several times the firepower of the... well, this doesn't even have guns. So this will die unless he... Okay, takes it out with the AT planes. Bomber coming in here. These don't have the side missiles, right? So it'd just be shooting. And those FS Metis actually got moved up. So this blob's just going to be able to walk through here. Possibly get the KUBs and whatnot. Yeah, still +3 for red. MiG-21 BIS HE trying to get the T-55s, but they're not there. Might still clip them, I think. It's a little bit of damage on them, not much. Helo goes down. KUBs and whatnot retreating. T-55's coming to clear this out, and you see how he's left these blocking units here to just kill stuff when it comes through. Seed plane purchased, and the KUB did go down. The Strela can fire while moving, and it's at 2 vet, so it's actually got decent accuracy. And the seed misses on the Shilka twice. Interesting investment to buy that when you're this far behind on the ground. So the Metis squad can somehow shoot there, and they can shoot back. This is LOS tool moment here. It's because the gap is very small, so this can't see it. The LOS tool is an approximation, whereas the actual game calculation uses a more accurate calculation, basically. And yeah, Bluey's still got these, but I mean, if only he could see, right? He just can't see the opponent. Metis takes out the washing line. The T-72s are coming back to deal with the T-55s. This FS Fury is probably going to cap this zone, but he's only 4 men, and there are 14 here, and they're at 2 vet. MiG-21 trying to take out the MiG-23s, and they're trying to shoot him with the guns. This guy, not long for this world. Sending forwards the T-55s to try to shoot... Okay, the AT planes are going on it. And there you go, they actually get it. And with their... Like, these missiles don't have amazing accuracy, but I suppose if you fire 4 of them at somebody, it tends to go down. And you see that FS Fuhrer didn't pop its smoke in time, so this zone's left neutralized, and red's on a +5 now. It's going to be +6 soon. PT-76 is getting rear shots on... Okay, that's reversing, so it is not a rear shot, it's a front shot. And there you go. So the engine's been damaged, and it's low cohesion, which slows it down anyway. So this should very much be able to catch up to that. He's bringing the reinforcements, though, the remaining T-55s. Metis is trying to intercept. Another KUB's been purchased and takes out the MiG-21 bis AA there. And the Metis isn't in a building, so he's going to take some down. But that was a side shot, so he actually killed that one. He needs to get in that building, I think. And T-72 goes down there. Metis gets stunned. Reinforcements coming in. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're blue at this point, you want to try and get a CV into Anna or something, because obviously he can't see, right? But I do like plays like this, right? If the enemy's in your backline, you should be in his backline and whatnot. Actually misses there. It's a shame, because I actually would have one-shot that. In the meantime, this hasn't capped that zone, so... Phone's ringing. Right, so this is going to die now, most likely, and it didn't actually finish capturing this zone. So, yeah, the T-55s take out some T-72s there. This PT-76 is really punching above its weight, honestly, but like the BRM-1K with the Grom gun actually deals more damage, as you can see, and whatnot. So, you know, it's not that great, really, in my opinion. But it is doing work here. So he's trying to find the CV, but CV's capped the zone. Skiffik's chosen to leave it in there, so it's going to die now. And, yeah, these guys actually missed. So this is still alive somehow. It's very low cohesion. More FS Jaeger purchased. And look, what Forward's going to do here, presumably, is he's sending the truck first to see if there's a bad guy. What he's not realised, though, is that the truck is actually slower. So he needs to wait a bit before because it's just overtaking it anyway. But thankfully for him, there's nobody there, although there's a 1 HP Special Forces which is coming round. So SPW into Dimitri. And yeah, I mean, Skiffik's about to close this out, basically. He's +2, although I guess it'll go to +1 now. And he's just buying some more BWP1s. You see he's just sending one down every road to just try and get into that backline, basically. He's taking Chariton, and then he'll take Ivan. I mean, he's basically already got it. There's a Hilo here, which Forward 3000 doesn't really have an answer to. He could try hiding behind this building or something, but this guy will eventually kill him, because neither of these are armed. So he does cap it, but this is... You see he's trying to hide behind that house. He's got to turn off the cover, though, I think. Although this is a tree line. But yeah, this is just sort of time buying exercises. I do recommend you do it, it's just it's not going to do a whole lot. So it actually does go down to the Yak B there. These T-55s, you see, Blue's still got his recon helos because he didn't waste them all at the start. I think Red still has 1. Because they're 4 availability. Although these are the gun ones, so maybe they're not. Maybe it's 3. I can't remember. Either way, Forward 3000, he's got a setup here. Looks like he'll be able to take out some BWP1s. And Skiffik takes Ivan as Forward takes Dimitri. And now he's going to try and take Boris. T-55 intercepting the BWP-1s there because the T-72 was behind them. This is probably going to go down. Yeah, just re-aiming there. Once you notice it, you can't unnotice it.
Max W subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing. Wow. Okay, so that must have been a side shot, clearly, for that to do that. Regular FS Jaeger, not very good against Pycho, well, against T-55s, but at that range. Anyway, more recon helos being sent, more BWP-1s being sent. And yeah, I think 4th is a match for this sort of 20th Polish antic, because you also get a lot of decent, cheap units on 4th. I mean, you basically get a lot of the same units. You don't get the T-72s, but you do get the T-55s and the T-55 AM2s, which are, you know, more than good enough to deal with the BWP-1s. You get a lot of decent rocket launchers on your Motorised, and they're decent infantry squads anyway. MiG-23 BN, probably not going to beat the AA, although I can hear a second plane here. There's a KUB, so all he has to do is stop this. Seeds back out. It's actually going for the AT plane. Misses its missiles, both of them. You see the HE guys chasing it. And the AT actually goes down to that AA plane, which is 4 per card. But the KUBs hit the HE one. In the meantime, Skiffik's taking Fedor, and now he's coming back for Anna. So forward needs to get back over here. Forward's going for Elena. He's got some Motorised coming in. Nice squad, this. I mean, it's quite pricey, but it's got a decent RPG and whatnot. And, okay, T-72 just gets out of the vision there. BWP-1 being sent away. But yeah, he's going to lose Anna again. Anna's being attacked now. Fighter being sent for the Mi-24D. Wasn't landed, so went down. And forwards realised that mid's empty. So yeah, real run around the whole map here. And you see that, so Skiffik's repathing these all the way to mid now. Which, you know, given that... So basically, what most people do when they're facing this strategy, which is why it works so well, is they just play completely reactively to it. And that includes me as well. I've played against Skiffik twice on this map. He did the same thing. So most people play reactively to it, whereas forward's playing proactively to it. So he's actually going for his own flanks and his own wraparound. So that's why he's still in the game. Having said that, you know, he is 1,300 points behind. He's just on a +1, but that will now go to a -1 and then a -4 because the Shilka won't be able to stop all this, right? He's sending the SPWs around just to see what's open, what's not. This one unloads, though, so he probably will lose that. Doesn't have smoke or anything, so yeah, down it goes. Motorised and BTR might be able to intercept the T-72. And, yeah, so Skiffik's taken Anna, then he's going for Boris, then presumably he's going for Dmitry. Forward's got a pretty decent block on Elena, so if he goes for Ivan, he could take it, right? The Motorised and BTR, that's a damn shame, you know, if they'd just stayed in this building. Oh, no, I think he's noticed it from this or something. Yeah, it must have been. Anyway, he only got him on the front armor, which I suppose if it was here, it would be the side armor, right? So he has stunned it. So you see how he's trying to move up here? But the tank can go backwards faster than he can go forwards, because that's how T-72s work. They go backwards really fast, if you didn't know. And, yeah, he's getting shot from every which way. So I guess if he gets in here, he can fire, so that's what he needs to do, but still running. Obviously, we can see everything, and he can't. This Motorised, because it was put here instead of here, you know, obviously you don't know which way he's going to go, but... anyway, I think he shot this again, maybe. Trying to get a... No, doesn't quite manage it. But he's not going to beat those squads now, because they have a lot more HP than him, and they're, you know, similar veterancy. So I guess he's just going to hide there now, and yeah, something like this can kill infantry really fast. So he's getting back with the SPW, and look at that, he's going for Ivan, presumably. This is out of rounds. Yeah, looks CV for Ivan. MiG-29 just chilling out over here. To intercept any planes that come his way. This is going for the helo. MiG-29 should get it. He's not actually given... No, he has given it the order. It's just I couldn't see it. There's no KUBs up for Skiffik. He's gone more for like the short-range AA. The Strelas and whatnot. and they don't have the range to deal with this. So, yeah, T-72 block coming down here now. And this CV is going on a jolly old John, isn't it? I suppose this is the sort of thing you have to do when the game's going like this. You know which lanes were safe and which weren't. Like, there probably used to be somebody here, for example. Seed sent out, but the Strellas can't do anything about that. And yeah, the T-72 should beat the T-55s, but at these close ranges, the advantage of the T-72 is diminished. The main issue he's going to have is... oh, I thought they'd go on the BWR-1. So there you go, they sniped the CV tank out of all that. That's pretty funny. So Skiffik, he's going to not finish taking center and then go for Boris. I'm sure he's noticed that yet. And the seed plane trying to intercept this AT plane. This AT plane does hit that, I think, but well, no, because it's a 30 AP missile. It would actually one-shot that, so it must have just been the rockets and the guns. And you see that these don't have very high accuracy. I vastly prefer the ones that fly higher. There you go, Skiffik, he's realised it now, and now he's trying to get back in. He's blocked by his own unit a bit, though, so he has capped centre now. Forward zone, MiG-21's getting some kills, and he's pushing Chariton. He's got a CV for Ivan as well. Skiffik's still on that +3. We'll go down to a +1 when Anna's taken, although he's about to take Boris. This Recon's giving good vision on that CV, but it's about to die. And yeah, another CV purchase. Strela hits the supply helo, which... and now I can't see it anymore, apparently. So if this Paichota ZMech goes down, which it might do, it should do now that this has arrived. I figured it might hit this and then this wouldn't be able to see it anymore. Then forwards can take Chariton, but he's about to lose Boris. It looks like he's going to go back for Fedor though. So taking that off in light of the Strela obviously led to its death, so that's a shame. And here we go, so now it's going to be +1 to Skiffik again. This could be rerouted, but you'd expect the T-72 to beat a T-55. These guys don't have AT. So this is going to come in... oh, looks like he's seen something. So he's going to try and kill that Strela. It doesn't have a gun on it. Apparently in real life these had a gun on them. I've seen a lot of people complain about that. I think it's good that it doesn't have a gun on it. Otherwise it'd be a lot better as a unit, so they'd have to make the price go up. So, yeah, Paichota ZMech fleeing there. And forwards trying to get into Fedor again. Taking an interesting route. Backup CV being sent to Fedor. He's got his own blocking unit here to block this road, but there you go. Now he's going for Dmitry, but that means that this can go for Boris. If only that recon helo had been left alive, he'd see this leave and then he could sort that out. In the meantime, forward's gone for Chariton. Still 20 minutes left in this game, if you can believe it. I mean, what a game. Absolutely crazy game. I'm not seeing anything like this. So BWP1, this is just constantly target switching or something, so it's not shooting. I think because it saw these, it wanted to shoot these or something. So the T-72s are going to be a bit of a problem because the T-55s can't really kill those. Konkos goes down in the transport, presumably to the Paichota ZMech. T-55's on an attack move order, should be on a regular move order. Although, you know, you don't know what's there, but you basically just got to take your chances, because the enemy can't be everywhere. Hopefully this unloads in time. It does... okay, misses, and now it's double ATGMs on him. And they both hit him, I think, or one hit him. They only did like 1 damage, though. And here we go, the T-55's back in here. He's sending a Conkers up. The SPW's wrapping around to Gregory now. It will be funny to see if the T-72 spots him on his way past. It's like the meme, you know, with the 2 people in the car driving in opposite directions. You know what I'm talking about. So it briefly saw him there, but he's going too fast. In the meantime, the T-72 gets taken out by the Mott Schutzen. And forwards just managed to keep his air alive a lot more because... Skiffik seems allergic to buying his KUBs, basically. He just keeps buying short-range AA. So that means that, you know, these can basically fly around with impunity and just kill everything over time. Whereas Skiffik gets the exact same bomber with Polish paint on it. And he's made a big mistake here, though. I mean, he could have just evac'd that. I think it's probably going to die now. well, I mean, it didn't have to happen. In the meantime, the SPW's been spotted. Doesn't have smoke or anything, so it's just dead, really. And forward's bringing in a CV for Dimitri. And now he's trying to push for center again. This guy with his 1 HP is still around. These Mott shots and trying to block the entrance to this zone, I guess. So if they get to here, they can, but there's no way he's getting... Like, this will just kill him. T55 beats BWP1, particularly at that range. Forward has left his CV right outside the zone. Just styling on him, I guess. He is on a +4 now, but that will go down to a +3. And then a +1. But it looks like he might take center. Once he takes Dimitri, it's going to go up. So... both teams have lost a lot of CVs, right? So I think forward is out of the SPW CVs, the wheeled ones. But he's actually got 7 CVs, which at the start I was like, that's a lot. You could try getting less, but fewer even. But at this point, I'm starting to agree with it. And these guys do have AT, so they're probably going to kill this. The question is, can it cap the zone first? Although, like, does it matter? Because this is just going to take that and then get in here. MiG-29 against the AT plane. Has to evac because of the Strela. Oh, look at that. He's right there as well. Although this only has 1 rocket left. And it's not the one I thought it was. It's the bad one. So if he wasn't on an attack move order, he'd just be able to walk in here. This is out of rockets now. Instead, he smokes and reverses in, which, okay, fair enough. I guess he didn't realise it was out of ammo. And, oh, the path he's taken is very interesting. You see these Strelas are starting to run out. There's been so many battles played. And just Skiffik just refusing to buy his KUBs. If he had 1 KUB back here with some supply, it would have given him a lot of extra dead enemy planes, basically. Basically the exact thing that Blue's done. He's had a couple KUBs out. So this will probably get spotted, actually. Yeah, it looks like he's noticed it. Looks like he's done some noticing there. In the meantime, more guys trying to take Chariton. I'm getting the impression that Skiffik might be running out of CVs here. Because you'd assume that he'd be buying one for over here if he had more. So these are the same vehicle, except the blue one's better because it has Resolute. They take out the ROSB there. And the T-55's in the open, so BWP2's shooting him. Yeah, still no KUBs. Okay, this Conkers has been resupplied, so yeah, if this gets back up to here, that would be big. This guy, I don't think he's got smoke or anything. He shouldn't really be there, he should be here in the forest. Yeah, I mean, Blue's on a +5 now. He just has to make sure, like, so this is probably going to get in there, and then that'll be a +3. Blue's still got at least 2 CVs left, whereas Skiffik's trying to shepherd this way. Yeah, he's being very careful with it. I'm getting the impression that that's his last one. Because, like, why is he doing that? Yeah, anyway. Forward's got his own Mott Schutzen, and because he hasn't upvetted them as strenuously as the Paichota Z-Mech, he gets more of them, even though they've got the same number of cards, 2 on each deck. And the Mott Schutzen are better, frankly, although the Paichota are cheaper, and you can buy 4 BWP ones in a minute, whereas you can only buy, I think, 3 of these in a minute. So, Conkers has come round to here, which I guess makes sense, given that, you know, he used to defend this. That Strela might be getting ahead of itself a bit. And the T-72 is going to wrap around to Chariton. He's being very careful with it, which really makes you think, right? Makes you think that that's his last CV. I can't remember from the deck review how many he had. I think it was 6. 3 wheeled, 3 tracked in the Logi tab, and then 4 T-72 M1Ds in the tank tab. How many have we seen die? I haven't been counting. I wasn't really expecting this game to go this way. So yeah, +5 to Blue, but once Red takes this, it'll be +3, and then once he takes this, it'll be +1 because of center. So, but yeah, Blue keeping up the pressure. Like, he might be able to get back into Chariton. He is pretty set up on center. Looks like he's going to go for Fedor as well. That's an interesting path. It's probably a good idea, actually. This Conkers, can't really see much from there. This is a nicer spot for it, because it can shoot all the way down that road. And, yeah, game's still going, so... I do wonder if... Yeah, I don't think they'll see it. But, I mean, they'll see it when this starts being capped. They'll know it's there. So, bit of a... Perhaps an overextension from blue, right? He's being flanked here. The Pychota Z mech. Obviously, the Conkers can't kill that. And, you know, 1 BWP2 versus 3 BMP1s. You'd expect the BMP1s to win. There are more of them. And these are the helo supplies I was telling you about. I do prefer the truck ones, but guessing... look at that, he forgot to finish capping the zone there, so blue's still catching up. There is a Ros Specialny here, and looks like blue is going to go for Fedor. He's got his AA, he's still got helos. And, yeah. Conker's going for quite a defensive location. I guess he's expecting this to come... But if he'd put it here, he'd be able to shoot this. So I guess this can... No, it can't... Because of where it is, it can't actually shoot. So it's going to be able to get in there. Some low mot shots in there. Obviously the Saperzi, you'd expect them to win. Because they are Saperzi. These guys have the Komar. This guy's still alive, and he's got the good AT. More T-55s coming in here. The T-72 is going to cap Ivan. If this was here, it'd be able to shoot that. Be able to slow him down at least. Depends if the first rocket hits or not. So here we go. But he's about to disappear. Oh, there he goes. Right, what? Okay. Did disappear there. And, uh-oh. This is, wow. Imagine if this was in the right building. That'd be crazy. This would be dead, so... Looks like he's just going to unload in front of him, and the rocket should swing this fight, really. Although this AT is probably going to start shooting at the FS Jaeger there. The KUBs moving up. This guy's been spotted by the rockets. This has phalangers on it, although if it's shooting that, it means it's not shooting him, because it's lost vision on this guy, because the recon died, and, you know, this has got good stealth and whatnot. So... Still +2 for blue, +3 now. The T-72 has to reverse again, and he's probably going to try and get into mid now. AT-2 gets hit by the KUB. And the AT, Mi-24s, Mi-8s trying to get back there. T-55s here. You could get one of these up to here, or even both of them if you want to kill the T-72, I suppose. This Metis squad's going to get taken out most likely, and then red will be able to collapse on mid. Still shepherding that 1 CV. And blue's winning now. He's on a +3. And he's got even more CVs back here. So even if actually no, he's still got 2. Right, this was the second one. Once again, Skiffik refusing to buy his KUBs just means that these can just run amok and just kill guys constantly. Whereas if there was a KUB somewhere, you know, he might hit it and then it would just die. So. These are the coffin launchers, very effective on this map. It's just the game has been so mobile that there hasn't been much opportunity to buy it or to use it because everybody keeps moving. He got side shot there because he was trying to reverse behind this. Conker's probably... Yeah, I was going to say that's not going to work out. These 2 T-55s have been forgotten about, it seems. Washing line, trying to take out... Succeeding in taking out the mot shots in here. Yeah. So it looks like... oh, yeah, Seed Missile got it. And, yeah, it looks like red's going to try and take mid and then go for a laner. Having said that, blue is on Ivan again. And, yeah, just the planes. The planes are really giving blue the big advantage here. The KUBs were purchased, and the planes weren't wasted, which means that they can still be acting now, whereas it was blue... Sorry, red basically wasted all his planes. Like, you saw him buying AT planes to try and kill helos and stuff like that. He bought a lot of bombers at the start. He basically was expecting blue to not make a comeback, so he was just trying to punch him down as hard as possible. In the meantime, Skiffik trying to counterattack here. The FS Jaeger should be able to kill it once they get in this building, you would assume. So you see he's trying to get out of vision there. Succeeding. No, never mind, he stopped. Stop to shoot this CV. And there you go, the T-72 got into mid. The Motshotson can't actually see it from this building, which is something worth noting. Neither side really capable of buying arty, although, you know, you'll note that none of these guys have AT, so the T-55s can shoot them, although the T-72s would win, they are better. This Motshotson here could get to, like, here or something. The KUB is getting shot by Komars. So it will probably... Well, I don't know, this has very poor accuracy, so... Alright, and then the Metis... But yeah, look at that. The T-72s are so much better than the T-55s. It's not even funny. At max range, the T-55s are basically dealing 1 damage, whereas the T-72s are dealing, like half or something. Very, very difficult to fight T-72s or T-55s. I've tried it on many occasions. Because, yeah, this div used to be super duper duper popular because it was broken. It's still extremely strong, it's just not broken anymore. So all the guys who just play broken divs have moved to new divs, basically. So yeah, the Mott Schutzen have been dismounted, the FS Jaeger got in the zone, and that was GG. Looks like Skiffik called it there, realised he was too far behind. So I just want to check something real quick. Did he get that CV at the end? He did not. So he still had that 1 CV left. So that was at 2058. Yeah, so I think he still had that 1 CV left. I guess he just realised he was too far behind. So this is the rank 1 player. He's got like 6 alt accounts. As you can see, it says rank 1 here. And this is on his main, 3,528 games on his main account. This is forward 3,000, ranked 218, with 9 ranked games this season, compared to 84 on 1 account. And 700 games total. So yeah, credit to forward 3,000. I mean, this is what happens when you watch Hippie YouTube videos. You just become very good. But yeah, it's an interesting matchup. I mean, 4th is a bit better on that map, but 20th Polish is definitely better overall. And it was just the very aggressive strategy. Basically, like the first few times he does it against you, you're like, whoa. And then you start to realise, well, you know, he's probably not here anymore, so I can drive into that zone. And that's basically what saved forward. Whereas like a, you know, quote-unquote better player would be more cautious, and they would play more reactively. Whereas forward basically called his bluff and just started attacking all his side zones, and that kept him in the game long enough for Skiffik to just start running out of units, because he upvets a lot of his stuff, because he's expecting the game. The reason he's called 10 min is because I've been told this by not him, somebody else, that they expect the game to end in 10 minutes. So obviously if that doesn't happen, then you start running out of units, right? Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. GG.